what you expected out of this season before it began, but how did the reality of this season sort of meet your expectations on it?
Yeah, it was kind of a roller coaster for myself and for the team. Obviously, not making it to the playoffs, so that's not what we're looking for. It doesn't matter where you're at as a team. You always want to make it, and weren't able to do that this year. So obviously not satisfied, but there's still some thinking to do for us. What can we do to improve for next year to be a contender and be in the hunt. So yeah, it was kind of disappointing for us, but we know as a team where we're at, and we're one of the youngest teams in the league, so we'll have time.
And can you say now what your injury was at the end of the season that caused you to miss the games, and do you need any work done after the season?
No, it's going to be a secret, but no, it's nothing big. It'll be fine in a few weeks or so.
Does that give you a chance to play in the World Championships, or is...
I don't know yet. I haven't really decided and talked about it yet, but yeah, we'll see probably next week how I'm feeling and kind of go from there.
One of the big stories this summer is going to be you in a contract with this team. John Davidson has said there's been preliminary discussions, things have been fine so far. Do you anticipate any issues with that? You want to be here, they want you to be here. How big of an issue do you think this could become?
I don't think it should be an issue. They've expressed they want me here. I've said the same thing. So the feeling is mutual, and yeah, just figure out the term and the money and all that, and I think we should be fine.
Yeah. And what is it about this situation that makes you want to sign long term here? You're a year away from being able to choose wherever you want to go. What about this place makes you want to stay?
I think it's just a group we have. We have a great group of guys. I got to be really close with, and excited about the youth we have and opportunities we're going to have in a couple of years, and definitely want to be a part of it, and playing here, playing in front of these great fans, and love the city, love everything about being here. So it's just that simple.
Anything else? Patrik, defensively, the team let up the most goals in franchise history. Obviously a correction that you guys want to make, but where do you feel like that you guys can get better? I know the defense is one thing, but what can you guys as the forward group do to help in that regard?
Just getting the ozone more. I think offense is the best defense. When you're 200 feet from your net, it's you don't need to play too much defense. But I think just help the D's more, track back a little bit harder, create turnovers, and just stop the cycles and block shots and all that same stuff. And I feel like we can be way sharper in that category. But yeah, it wasn't defensively the season we wanted, but yeah, in that section as well, we'll have some thinking to do during the summers.
Patrik, did some of the difficult things that you went through during this season, did those things help you draw closer to your teammates? Did that build more of a family feel for you here in any way?
Yeah, I'm sure it did. It's been a pleasure coming to the rink every day, and everybody's been helpful with all that I had this year, and just always wanted to come back as soon as possible to these guys, and they made it a lot easier for me. So I'll always be thankful for everyone here, and so yeah, that's definitely a part of it. The big part, what I love about this team, it's like a big family atmosphere. Everybody cares about each other, and that's how it should be.
Go ahead, just,
Yeah. You mentioned earlier, obviously, the youth of this team, and it's obviously there. How close do you feel this team is to, kind of joining those ranks of, potentially joining the ranks of the upper echelon teams in the league?
Yeah, I think we're obviously not there yet, but we got Sillies and Johnnies and these guys, and they're 18, 19 years old, and when those guys, I've seen it, when those guys get to 20, 21, 22, they're gonna be so much better than this year. And even though they had a really good season, well, Johnny was here only for a little bit, but especially Silly, he was really good already this year as an 18-year-old, and so I can't even imagine how much better he's going to be in 2 or 3 years. And same with these other guys. So it's just super excited about that, to see those guys play and play with them and work with them along the way. And so that's what I'm really excited about.
Yeah. Jake Voracek finishes the season almost with 60 assists. I think it was like 56 assists or something like that. He was brought in here to set players up, set you up, that kind of thing. What kind of a take do you have on his season? How much did you have fun playing with him this year? I mean, you hadn't played with him before or anything.
Yeah, no, I did. I feel like when we got put together during camp, I felt like there was something there right away, and got to play with him quite a bit this year. Obviously, with injuries and all that, they were kind of switching him up a little bit, but I enjoyed playing with Jake. He's a hell of a player. Obviously, doesn't shoot too much, but that's, I guess, what my job is. But yeah, it was a pleasure playing with him, and just excited to hopefully get the chance to be next to him next year, and just work with him more and be better next year.
You go back to Finland pretty quick.
Yeah.
I mean, how has Brad Larson helped you this year specifically? How maybe offer you a little bit more freedom than maybe in the past in the way that what they expect you to play your game?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was kind of a combination of not getting free hands, but like maybe it's just a little bit of freedom offensively, but at the same time you still gotta work hard, still gotta track back, still gotta play defensively. But he would give a little bit more freedom to those offensive guys who can create goals and create offense, and so it was kind of a mix of those two. And yeah, it was good. It was good for me. I really liked it. I really liked how he handled the whole team. He found a way to well, obviously as a team, we couldn't get the job done, but I feel like he handled every player kind of not the same way, but kind of differently. But yeah, I was really happy playing for Lars, and hopefully play for him in the future too.
Also, you finished a point a game player for the first time in your career. Is that something that matters to you, being able to reach that kind of a threshold?
Not really. Individual stuff doesn't really matter, since it's a team sport. We're here to win and not get point a game. So it doesn't really matter. Well, it's always fun to get on the board, and everybody's expecting it when you're making a lot of money and you're expected to score. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, but at this time it doesn't really matter anything.
I think a lot of people think of you as obviously a goal scorer, but I don't know if it's underrated or not, but do you feel like that the playmaking side, being able to set up goals, is coming along for you too?
No, I feel like it's always been there. I feel like I've always been a good playmaker, good passer, but everybody's always been focused on my shooting and goal scoring and all that. So it's kind of, maybe it's underrated, maybe not, but I feel like I've showed it that I can make some good plays. So it's a good option to have in the pocket when you're not able to shoot the puck, that you can dish it to someone else.
finish with Jeff. I just remember, can't help but think about a year ago when we had these exit interviews and you talked about how much better you wanted to be after last season, coming into this year. And even in training camp, talking about how you kind of really felt like you were primed for a big year. Did it just feel good to feel like Patrik Laine again? I mean, did you feel like you performed much more in the way that you wanted to in a season like this?
Yeah, I think so. Last year when I talked about it, I didn't want to go back to that and needed to take a step towards the right direction, to the same Patty that I was in Winnipeg, and I feel like there's just so much more that I can offer. But I feel like it was a good step for me, and just got to take the next step for next year, and I'm definitely gonna do that and do everything I can to make it happen.
Yeah, and Brad Larson has talked a lot this year about not just your goal scoring, but just your whole game, 200-foot game, defense, pulling away from the puck, things like that. How impressed he's been, how that's grown this year. You say you want to keep growing. What's maybe next as far as when you say you want to keep getting better? What are the next steps you want to take?
I think just make it a winning team. I think part of being in the really good winning team is just for an offensive guys, I think just decision making. When you're up one, pucks just got to get deep. Those sorts of plays. Just recognize the situations. You're gonna try something, create offense, and so I think that's for all our guys, including myself. Just recognize the situations when it's time to create offense and when it's just time to play it safe, put it deep. When you're up a goal, when you're up a couple goals at the end of the game, I think the margins are pretty small in that area. So just try to do those small plays as well as we can, and we can make this team a winning team.